60 Minutes with Angela starts right now.
My guest today says, quote, being conscious of the marginalization of indigents of Lagos State in the public and civil services of the state, more particularly in the last 3 decades by civilian governments in the state, I have, with others of like mind, resolved to do all that is legal, civil, and right to ensure that this social misfortune is reversed and we are no longer treated as strangers, lampooned, abused, dehumanized, and sidetracked by indigents of other states in Nigeria that our fathers offered safe havens to carry on business and commerce. End of quote. What exactly is he talking about? Well, the governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, in the Lagos State Governorship Elections that will hold in March 2023, Taofeek Kunle Uthman joins me on the program today. You declared your intention to contest. I think that was in May this year, 2022.
Yes.
You didn't actually specify any political party at the time because I read your declaration. Why was that?
First of all, it was important to look at the political landscape and take a proper decision of which amongst them will meet my needs and my purpose. Because I knew that my mission will never ever be fulfilled in the two parties that are claimed to be popular.
Yes.
I don't like the word main.
Right.
They are just the two parties that are claimed to be popular. Both of them are governed by the federal, state, and local government, and I believe that they were abysmal disappointments. So for me, I needed to look at the other parties and see the party that will serve my purpose.
Right.
And I found in the Social Democratic Party, the party that met my own needs and my aspiration. Because it's not a new party.
Yes.
Moshood Kashimawo Abiola, may Almighty God grant him eternal rest.
Yes.
With Babagana Kingibe contested on the platform of this party.
It was the same SDP back in the day.
Same SDP. We still have Chief Olufalaye and others in this party. And my investigation showed that for what I intend to do and what I represent in the political landscape of this country,
yes,
the Social Democratic Party was the best suitable party to meet my ambitions. So then I joined them.
That was after you made your declaration?
Yes.
Okay, so but listening to you, anyone would think that our political parties here are based on ideology. As far as I know, they're not. So when you say the Social Democratic Party suited your purpose, how did you determine that? It's not like we have, like we have in America, that the Republicans are anti-abortionists, the Democrats are liberal. What ideology did you base your decision on?
First and foremost, the history of that party will show you that they're a people-friendly party. I want to go back to MKO. Yes. You will remember him Both of us were adults when he contested this election. He was a philanthropist, he was humanitarian, he was focused, and he was even able to tackle the international community when it came to the issue of reparation regarding the slave trade. Now, which other better party comes up with this ideology? And they also have an ideology. They have a very vibrant executive. Dr. Oluwagunloye, who was formerly in the FRSC, is there. Our presidential candidate is a very vibrant, young, 50-year-old man who is a young man who will deliver on the mandate of the party. The chairman was also part of a political system. It met my needs. I couldn't have joined any other party. I looked at the others, and I felt this is the party I would join. I went there, I did what I had to do. I won the primaries and I became the gubernatorial candidate of the party, and this is the joy that gladdens my heart, that I will give these two other parties a run for their money.
There are 15 of you contesting this governorship election in Lagos State. Surely you must consider some to be more worthy rivals than others. Who would you say of all the parties would give you a run for your money?
For me, there is no money. Let's start with the question of money. So there is no money to run after. Which one will? Of course, there's an incumbent governor there. The man is there. And what we are able to see is that he has been able to use the resources of the state to paint everywhere. All the billboards, he's putting his name, he's putting his symbol, and he's doing what he should do with state resources. Because to put a billboard out there worth several millions, but we will forgive him. Because he will be the first point of contact, because he's there now. He's an incumbent, he has state resources, so he will do whatever he wants to do with it. But we remember that it has to be based on accountability. I deal with him not as a rival, as somebody that will avail me an opportunity to tell the world that the man personifies misgovernance. And I'm saying it with all forms of seriousness at this early stage. I'm sure we'll come to that. Traffic gridlock everywhere. Buildings collapsing every day. We sat down in Lagos when the 21 stories building came crashing down. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. 7 stories down, 3 stories down. Everywhere you find yourself, building collapses everywhere. It's not a fit and proper person to govern any state anywhere. Not even a local government. I'm dead serious, 100%. Look, you try to move from Lagos anywhere. Go to Apapa, there's no road. You go to, what do they call it, Ekpe from Lekki, it's 6 hours. Coming back is 6 hours. There's no good transportation. Everybody's talking about water.
But you can't say they're not doing anything. They just launched the blue line and the red line. Surely that will alleviate suffering on the roads.
Excuse me. The monorail, which is this celebrated blue line, it started from Babajide Sanwo-Olu, 8 years. Ambode, 4 years.
I don't think Ambode touched it at all for 4 years.
Ambode is not from PDP. When he was in government, he was from APC. So you see,
if there was no continuity, it's not your business.
You see, governance is in the nature of a trust, and it's a continuum. If there was a change of political party, you can talk about lack of continuity. We are dealing with a government that says we are APC. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Raji, I served under him 8 years. He started this project. Ambode 4 years, that makes it 12 years. Babajide Sanwo-Olu 3 years. That gives you 15 years for a monorail. Mono, it means one.
One rail track.
One rail track. And there is nowhere in the world that I know where they have a one rail track in the metropolis. What you will normally have is a multi-rail system. There's a hub and you find trains going everywhere. Go to Paddington. If you go to Paddington in England, there are about 20 trains going out every time. But we now have one rail system going from CMS to Kokomaiko. It is not even as far as Badagry.
In one direction.
One direction. And what they are doing now is just to fulfill all righteousness.
Before the election.
Time for election. And the man says, let me do it so that I can win. He went to the civil servants. And he said, I'm increasing your salary. This is the only governor anywhere on earth that will make the issue of increase of salary a PR matter. Because it's a budgetary issue. You have to sit back. You have to work out the difference. Whether it is a minimum, You must do your mathematics right. It's not a proclamation. So what he's doing now is just making efforts to be popular. That's not how to rule. So when you start talking about Blue Line, what is Blue Line? Lamata has in Lamata a master plan to develop this state. CMS is supposed to be a business hub. There's supposed to be a 5-star hotel there. And that was why the army gave them their own army building there. Yeah. Because there has to be some kind of well-articulated development in those areas. Yeah. It's not there. Angela, we have water everywhere. Lagos Island, there is water there. Morocco, water. Ijede, water. Way to Badagry. Lagos is surrounded by water from start to front. It's not a landlocked state. Why don't we have boats on the water? When Jakonde was there, the former governor of Lagos State, he had 2 ferries, Babakekere and Itafaji. These were ferries that moved a mass number of people in the morning and in the evening. We don't have that now. They have these well-celebrated waterways, and they have some 20 people, 10 people ferry that they put on the waterways. We are not utilizing our waterways. Everybody knows, if you have been to Holland before, there are ferries littering all their jetties. Because they have moved in time, we can go into an arrangement with them and ensure that we have these ferries. If you have a ferry moving like 500 people from Festac to Lagos at the time, another ferry is going to Morocco at the same time, another one is going to Ijede, another one is going to Okorodu or Ekpe. What you will succeed in doing is you are moving away from the water a mass number of people. This is not a state that they wake up and they do certain things that they are abominable. How do you put Dangote refinery in that place? You have in that place Lekki Free Trade Zone. They want to build airports. Nobody is talking about coastal road because they can no longer put that coastal road in place. They have built the Atlantic City. They have sucked the sand and the displacement of the ocean bed itself. So what they can put there is just a bit. They can't afford it. When Babajide Sanwo-Olu got into government, we have been hearing 4th mainland bridges. People are putting a bid. People have done this, people have done that. The 4th mainland bridge is still in their mind.
You mean
there has been no turning of the sword. There's a concept remains in your mind and then it remains a concept. Actualization is what moves on. Where is the bridge? Where is the 4th mainland bridge? It's not there. It cannot start. It cannot finish. It's an impossible task. So we cannot allow the lives of our people to become a PR matter. Go to lawsuits. You will be shocked what you are going to see there on the corridors where they are supposed to be just receptionists. They've converted into bed spaces. Go to lawsuit. Why don't we have drugs there? Why don't we have a maternity system that will look after the women and the girls and the children? Why don't we have a specialist hospital? Even the presidential candidate of the party, anytime he has headache, he has to be flown abroad for treatment. How did we get there? How did we get there? Because this is supposed to be a state where we have functional medical facilities that will serve the majority of our people. They have failed everywhere. The only area that they have succeeded is just touching barely what they should do. Jakara Market. I don't know how vast you are with Lagos. When I was a young man, I used to go to Jakara Market. My mother sent me that. They destroyed the market. They've not built it since there. More than 4 years. The market is still just an open space. Just move a little, you will see the houses they are building for themselves.
Are we sure they don't have a plan in place to build? The funding may be the problem?
Angela, you see, the concept of governance is properly captured by Jeremy Bentham, the philosopher, when he said, a government to be seen to serve its purpose when it gives the greatest happiness of the greatest number.
The greatest happiness of the greatest number.
Yes. What that means is when you are in government, the purpose of that government is to ensure that the majority of the people are happy. That market is not to tell you a show. It's a market in that location to serve the local people.
In that area.
The islanders. People from Tokumbo Street, people from Itafaji, they all go to this occasional, they go to this market. It was a simple market. It was not a complex market. No, so the question of rebuilding it is not supposed to be a serious matter. Go down the road, you will see flats that they are building there that they sell at 100 million naira, 50 million naira by Lubini. They have left the market that connects to the people and they are going to build those places.
Luxury.
There is even no road. If you are coming from Dosemo, you are going towards Jakarta, you can't move forward. You have to now shift and go towards Tafaji. If you try Tafaji through to Mercy Hospital,
Yes.
Mercy Hospital was a place where Babajide Sanwo-Olu, His Excellency, was born in this hospital. Mercy, I remember it. But you know that too was born there. Me, I was incidentally born in the house. I came too early for my mother to get to the hospital. So, but the entire place, go to Sangros Market. Let's leave that one. Let's go to Sangros. Sangros Market was demolished. And the entire market is just one big hole now, where you have miscreants and other people taking refuge. What happened to the market? Because they said maybe they made some arrangements. Why are they always making arrangements? What you should be doing, a responsible government, before you destroy a building, you also have put in place a plan.
Yes.
So when you are removing the building, you are simultaneously, contemporaneously putting in place the second building. They failed. It's a government that is big man friendly, is everyday man unfriendly. The man has no business being there. One, he doesn't understand the principle of governance. He was just picked from somewhere and he was put in there.
No, you can't say that. He was the MD.
MD of
what's that company?
LSDPC. But how much was he selling flats before he left LSDPC? And is that the track record of a governor? If you are MD of a company, you are qualified. Once you are MD of a company, you are qualified. If you was the MD of a company, a construction company, he ought to know that 21-story buildings will follow some procedure. I was part of the team that drafted the policy control for Lagos State in 2012.
Yes.
I was there, and coincidentally, Babajide Sanwo-Olu was the vice chairman of this committee. He was the vice chairman of the committee. That committee had architects, it had builders, it had everybody in the built industry who put in place the policy regulation. Is there. How come he doesn't understand what it's all about? When the committee wound up, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, I was the chairman of the body that drafted the laws.
Yes.
It's all there. Then what they ought to do when they are building, there's supposed to be a built department in the local government that will supervise every building from beginning to the end. How do you conceive a 16-story building and then you put in a 21? People died. So many things happened.
Join us again after the break. But I'm surprised that you're saying that Governor Sanwo-Olu hasn't done anything. I mean, 2-3 days ago, the Committee of Wives of Lagos State officials had their annual whatever it was, and the Rivers State Governor was there, Nyesom Wike, who said anyone contesting against Sanwo-Olu in 2023 is wasting his time. No one can defeat him because he has done so well. But you've taken everything apart. All the things they're pushing as achievements, the National Bureau of Statistics also releasing its latest internally generated revenue report for 2021. 36 states recorded 1.89 trillion naira in IGR. Of those 36, Lagos alone generated 753.3 billion. The next was FCT, 131 billion. Come to 2020, the same thing. In Lagos alone, in the southwest, the IGR was 972 billion. Lagos generated 77% of that. So you can't say nothing is working. Perhaps you will say what you've seen on the ground is not commensurate with the kind of monies that Lagos is making.
Angela, you remember that I clap for them. They've done very well. Lagos State is the most indebted state in Nigeria. This is the oxymoron of your analysis. They have the largest revenue. This one is IGR.
Yes.
IGR means internally generated revenue. Apart from IGR, they receive money from the federal government to complement their IGR. There's a lot of money in the state. But Lagos State, check it out, they are also the ones that are most indebted state in Nigeria. And when you want now you earn so much money. In 2018 or 2020, the IGR of Lagos State, I will help you.
Yes.
Equals that of 30 states in Nigeria. One state. Now, they are the most indebted state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Debt everywhere. They are borrowing everywhere. This state is not viable state. And that is because the money that is being generated is not being used judiciously. I tell you that for free. Because if, as a matter of fact, I think one of their governors said at one point in time that what they are capturing in IGR is still just about 60%. There is still about 40% that is lost in the tax net. So how do you deal with this oxymoron of a good, bad fellow? Because this is an oxymoron. The person is good and is bad. Yeah. It's just like the devil and the deep blue sea, as it were. This one we are saying, it doesn't hold water, with respect. Number two, Wike, I think when you mention his name in Nigeria, he's just a man that has caught for himself the image of a rabble-rousing person. A rabble-rouser is what I will call him. One, he engages in intermeddlesomeness in things that are not his business. Number two, more importantly,
yes,
where does he get this money from? Is he giving out his personal money or that of River State government?
That is the 300 million he donated.
The 300 million he gave Lagos. He gave to the Bar Association, the body of benches, 500 million to build the secretariat in Abuja. And you know everywhere he goes is donating money. Now I ask you, who owes the money Wike is donating? And if it belongs to River State, is he not acting irresponsibly to be donating money anyhow? Because I believe in River State, they must have other things they want to do with their money. So for him to come to Lagos and become a Father Christmas is completely nonsensical. You don't do that. There's accountability because they will audit him. And when they audit him, he has to justify all this. What is his business with Lagos? Now, Council of Wives of Lagos State officials. My wife was also there when I was a commissioner in Fasholas government. It's just women that have come together. They meet regularly, they discuss regularly, and it's not supposed to be a revenue.
It's not a policy thing.
They meet only once a year. They just come together and come and showcase, and their husbands will come there and sit down with them after discussing some mundane issues. They will have dinner and they will go away. You give them 300 million to do what? Is that 300 million attached to an hospital project? Is it attached to a maternity school? What the hell is it attached to? You see, we are having in place leaders that are showing us why this country does not work. Nigeria is a blessed country. I tell my people, if you forgive all the money that has been stolen, you see, we don't want the money again. Everybody can, all
take it with you.
Go. Yes. And we all decide to be honest. In 5 years, we're going to have a new country. But what do we have? We have the Yeson Wikes of this world. If I was a River State indigene, believe me sincerely, Angela, I will sue this guy. Or I will be waiting for him when he leaves office.
And his immunity is off.
And his immunity is off. Because you don't do that. Where are the Rivers indigenes? River State has its own problems. Akwa Ibom, they have an airline, Ibom Air. It's one of the best in the airspace. Why doesn't he conceive doing something for his own people? All he does is he's causing problem in his party, and he has not finished causing problem for his party. He simply believes he should come to another state, say one governor is a good governor. What is his business?
Now, in my introduction, I quoted you. You said that indigents of Lagos State in the public and civil services of the state have been marginalized in the last 3 decades by all the civilian governments. And you said you have resolved that you will do all that is legal, civil, and right to ensure that this social misfortune is reversed and we are no longer treated. You use strong words: strangers, lampooned, abused, dehumanized, sidetracked, by indigents of other states in Nigeria that our fathers offered safe havens to come and do business and commerce. In other words, you welcomed people here for business, your forefathers, and then you find yourselves relegated. Whose fault is that?
You see, Angela, there is this very annoying statement that people utter everywhere, non-indigenous.
Yes.
They will tell you Lagos is no man's land. For me, I clap for them. But in that no man's land is the stupidity of whoever utters these words. And I use the word stupidity not as an insulting word,
yes,
but I'm using it lack of awareness.
Yes.
Lagos is a cosmopolitan place. Of course, you can come from anywhere. You can come from Kano, you can come from Ogun, you can come from Moyo, you can come and do business here. You can even live here, we welcome you, marry here and be settled. We have no problem with that.
Yeah.
The whole idea of its cosmopolitanity is not accidental. From the history of the state, it used to be a mayorate, and later on it was the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And by virtue of that capital, many people flocked into
attracted a lot
Lagos.
of people.
And again, it's a commercial hub. You have water there, so most of the revenue coming from the custom. People have to come and attend to these things, and we have no problems with that. We welcome the Igbo people in Alaba market. We think it is good for business because it is a business that they don't understand. It's not our own business. Yeah. And we also welcome the Hausas in Agege. You understand? Yeah. Some of them are generations there. Nobody is asking anybody to go home. We are very happy because to have them here. It's okay. But the man tells you, yes, I'm in Agege, but in actual fact, I'm from Zamfara. This is where he comes from. When it is time for festival, they go to Zamfara.
Yes.
In the case of the Igbo man, when it's time for him to go for Christmas, you see that the roads are empty. Yes. Most of the non-indigenous, they've gone back. The person who is from Ogun State goes home regularly. Yes. Maybe on Friday, comes back on Monday. So you see, they have a backup place that is their indigenous state. Because the word indigene actually means where are your forefathers from? It's not based on residence per se. Yeah. So a man can say, I live in Lagos, but I'm an Ijebu man. No problem. Yes. It's first and foremost an Ijebu man from Odogbolu or from somewhere. A man can say, I'm in Lagos, but my name is Nnamdi. I'm from Imo State. There is no problem. Live here, work here, go for Christmas. We are all very happy. But I will not go to Imo State and live there. As a Lagos indigenous, and I would not say,
Imo is no man's
land. It's an insult. For me, my father is from here. Me, I'm from the Onigunu family of Lagos Island. My father, Rashid Olatunji Uthman, indigene. I'm a Lagosian.
Original,
no fake. Generations of my father, my forefathers are from here. Me, I'm from here.
Is Sanwo-Olu not an indigene?
No, he's not.
Lagos
he's not. Sanwo-Olu is not. He's not an indigene. Trust me. He's not. He lives there. He has a family outside. He's not from Lagos State.
Where is he from?
Ijebu Mushin.
So he's from Ogun State.
Yeah, I mean, you can reach your conclusion. I believe the word Ijebu is not Lagos. The deputy governor is from Iwekuru. His father was actually Oba. His father was king.
Okay, but
wait.
You are a lawyer.
Yes.
The Constitution gives only 4 conditions to be governor. Age, educated up to post-primary level, belong to a political party that will sponsor you, and it doesn't say anything about indigenship. The Constitution does not say for you to be a governor of a state, you must be an indigene of that state.
It's a very nice commentary that you have made, but you know what they call Constitution. Yes. I'm sure you have seen a Constitution. It's copy. There's one small book like this. Yes. Apart from what that small book says, there's so many other things that are inferred and assumed. Even in Britain, there is no constitution. Yes. It's not written anywhere. It's just a collection of laws. So you cannot take solace and say the Constitution said so. The governor of Ogun State is from where? Is he from Lagos? The deputy governor of Ogun State, is he from Lagos? The man, Yai, he was here as a senator. And then one day he woke up, he says, I don't want to be senator in Lagos anymore. I want to be senator in Ogun State. Okay. Where is Yai from? Now, by this is act of gallivanting from one point to the other.
And I think Yai wants to be governor of Ogun State as well.
Remember Faleke? There was this guy, Faleke. He's one of their people. I don't know. I think it's still in the House of
It's
Representatives.
in the House of Reps,
Faleke.
represented Lagos.
Faleke representing Ikeja in Lagos State.
Constituency.
Yeah. He held on to that constituency. He went to contest as deputy governor in Kogi State. He still held on to it. He lost
In
the
Kogi State.
Kogi, deputy governor of Kogi. He lost the election. He still held on to it. He went to the Court of Appeal. He went through the whole legal system. He lost.
As
He came
deputy governor.
As deputy governor, deputy gubernatorial candidate.
Yes.
You know, he contested.
Still holding on
He
to
was
Lagos.
he held on to Lagos. Now, when he went through this process, he came back to his Lagos that he held on to.
I say, I'm back.
And the man is still representing Ikeja. Where do you hear this kind of nonsense happen anywhere? Where is Faleke from? So when we fly the indigenous flag, we fly it with all sense of responsibility and with the banner in our hearts that we are from this state, they should let us breathe. Go to the Lagos State Civil Service. Take stock. People that are there, how many people are Lagosians there? In the system that you have there. Go to judiciary. Turn around everywhere. We don't have our people in the system. And we're not saying give us the whole play. We didn't say we want 100%.
Yes.
We want to breathe. If we are from here, we don't have alternative places to go to. Let us breathe. What's wrong with that? Show me one state in Nigeria that the governor, deputy governor is not from that state. As a matter of fact, there are instances where people were not promoted because they were not considered indigenous of the state. They blocked you. I remember a situation whereby one of the former chief judges in Lagos, with whom I served, she said her husband, who's from Oyo State, asked her to go and collect a form to be a judge in Oyo State. She went there. When she got there, they asked her, "Where are you from?" She said, I'm from, my husband is here and I have children for you.
Yes.
Then they asked her, "Where's your father from?" He said, "I'm from Ikorodu in Lagos State." They said, "I'm Ikorodu, Elegba from me." They did give her a form.
Even though she's married to Oyo.
Not just married. She has children for the man. She was not given a form. She came back home, came to Lagos State, collected form, became a judge, and later became the chief judge of Lagos State. Our cosmopolitanism has relegated us in the scheme of things. And it is now time, more than ever before, for us to claim our rights within our system. I was the secretary of ECO Foundation, the general secretary for quite a long time. And the mantra of indigenship is not new to me. Everybody calls me Mr. Indigene because for me, everybody must be here. You understand? Yes. Everybody, we love everybody, Angela. From everywhere, we want to hear. Do business, make money, take it back home, invest everywhere in the world. But don't come and start telling us this place is a no man's land. The word no man's land is offensive, is a misnomer. Because even Bill Clinton is from Arkansas. Yeah. He's from somewhere. Donald Trump is from somewhere.
Yes.
How do you then tell us, no, it's a no man's land? It's our land. We'll welcome you. We love you. Be here, do business with us. But please don't insult our intelligence by saying this nonsense.
Shouldn't residency mean something? I mean, if I was born in Island Maternity, I've done all my schooling in Lagos.
Me, I'm a man from Lagos State. I'm resident in Abuja. I'm an Abuja resident. Mark my words. So that we speak the right language. Yes. I don't become an Abuja indigene because I live there. If I lived in Kano or Imo State, I become a resident of Imo. I'll be entitled to some things because I'm going to pay my tax to that area.
But you can contest there as well.
How many Igbo people, how many Lagos State indigenes do you know anywhere in this country that have contested and won election? Please don't tell me this one. There are some parts in this Nigeria, they will not even sell you land if you are not from there. How do you now tell us this question of you can go there? Our fairness, our justiciable mind, our ability to think properly has rendered us partially irrelevant in our own system. It's wrong. If I go to Zamfara, I settle down there, I have children there, but my children will say they are from They're from Lagos State. They don't become Zamfara people because of residency. All the people in Agege, all the outside traders that are there, they don't tell you they are from Lagos. They do business here. Some of them have married our women. They have children by them. But they still remember that they are from Kano. Or they remember they are from Sokoto. Or they remember where they are from. You are from somewhere. When we talk about indigenship, it's a word that has a historical, it's a ground-norm word. The word has a jurisprudential connotation. It's not just one word, indigene. No. It's derived from the word, it's a jurisprudential word. Where are your forefathers from? So when you say, I'm resident, residency and indigenship is not the same thing. So that please, let's be satisfied with this one. It's not possible. And we are not saying, get my message.
Yes.
I am not saying I'm an indigene of Lagos State. I want the state for myself. It's a very big state. Mr. Kunle Uthman cannot have it for himself and all his family.
Yes.
I'm saying, come and enjoy the hospitality of Lagos. Come and invest in Lagos. Let Lagos be your home to be fulfilled. But remove from your mind, from your heart, that you are a resident. You've come to stay here, but you are not an indigene.
Should they not contest at all?
No! Why would they not contest? We don't even have enough manpower to man all our offices. They must contest. In, what do they call that area? That satellite area. Even our representatives in the federal house, they are Igbo people.
Yes, in Ajetunmobi.
Yes, they are Igbo people. It's fine. The reason being democracy is a game of numbers. What does that mean? If you are in an area which is predominantly peopled by certain people from an area,
yes,
of course, you want to contest election, they are going to elect one of their own.
Yes.
The reason being is the man that understands them and they will defeat you. Nobody is saying we don't have anything against that. We're not saying don't contest, they're in the House of Representatives. There was a time 2 of our senators were indigenous of Ogun State. Our senators, Ogun had 5 in the Senate. There are statutory 3, there are 2 of our own. What kind of nonsense is that? Even at the senatorial level. And here, even in our own system, here in our organogram, there is nothing to hide. Our deputy governor is the son of an Oba. He's a prince of Ogun State. Why don't you just allow us to breathe a little? Why? We are here. But we have been completely marginalized. And we are not saying anything other than, let's have a fair balance. Let's have a system whereby the interest of our people will be protected. We have children here. My children cannot be anything in Imo State. They can't be anything.
Join us again after the break. The matter of your running mate, I'm not sure I've been following it after the Olori, that's the wife of the Oba, was selected for you. I'm just wondering why antagonizing a traditional institution by choosing an Oba's wife. I'm not saying that an Oba's wife doesn't have a choice, cannot participate in the process, but it would seem that, being a traditional institution, she already has a role within that traditional institution. Why go for an Olori as your running mate, causing antagonism?
When a man wants to contest an election, like I wanted to, we are going to search for and find a deputy, one that will complement you as a human being. Number 2, that will deliver our locality. Number 3, that will be popular. Let me take one after the other.
Yes.
Me, I'm a man. It's clear. I wanted a woman to run as deputy gubernatorial candidate.
Yes.
I needed a lady, a woman. And she's woman. You agree?
Yes.
The word Olori means
yes.
wife.
Yes.
So we don't need to go outside that system.
Yes.
Me, I'm a Muslim. I'm a practicing Muslim. And I fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I know that I'm a Muslim. I don't belong to the Muslim ticket mentality. Because I believe that this country is vast. And many things have happened in the recent past.
Yes.
That choosing a Muslim for me in Lagos State would be a miscalculation. And also bearing in mind the row about Muslim. I was also searching for a Christian. The lady is a Christian.
So you wanted a Christian and a lady.
Yeah.
Gender
two
taken care of as well.
She's a Christian of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, where she had belonged to for more than 25 years. She's a Christian. 2 qualities. Third quality. What role does an Olori play in any palace? Let's start from there.
Mediation.
The king is the traditional leader there. So when you're Olori, actually you're like, you just die. The spare time, maybe he's going out to some ceremonies, you follow him. You don't have any constitutional role anywhere, apart from the decorative role. Even supposing you did. Huh?
Yes.
I consulted widely. The Social Democratic Party also consulted very widely.
Did you consult the Oba? Was the Oba?
I am coming.
Okay.
I am sure. If I wanted to give a woman job, what is my business to go and look for a husband? What is my business? I want to employ this woman here now.
Yes.
This lady. So after she has passed the interview and she has scored 99%, I will then say, Madam, wait. Before I offer you a job, I'm going to consult your husband. It is the most degrading way you can treat a woman at this stage after the Berlin Declaration.
Yes.
You don't do that. This is her own domestic affair. But to give information, when we zeroed
on her,
not even on her now. First and foremost, we knew that for us to stand a good chance in displacing this Sanwo-Olu man, we have to go to Ekpe and find somebody there.
Why Ekpe?
Why Ekpe? Thank you very much, Angela. May God reward you for this question. I live in Lekki. I entered my car 3 months ago to go to Ekpe. It took me 5 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was on the road. Coming back, 7 hours.
But I thought they said Ambode did a lot in Ekpe.
Ambode did a lot in Ekpe, but you have to get to Ekpe.
Okay.
Don't you understand? Listen to radio in the morning. Yeah. You find people who want to work in Victoria Land, they live in Ayoyaya, but they have to leave their houses at 4 to get to work at 8.
Yes.
So the place has become a trap. No road. Landlocked.
And is that the place where they're building the
airport?
Yes,
the free trade zone is there. That one is there. Mr. Alhaji Aliko Dangote has put a refinery there. He's going to move all his trucks by road. They want to put airport there. So what are they saying?
Road again.
Yeah, everybody will just remain in that place. It's going to be complete gridlock. So we felt that place, they have enough reason, yes, to vote out this government. So we need to go to Ekpe. We found some. And when we did all the political consultation, they said this Olori is very popular here. She's a nice lady, she's a pleasant lady, and she can assist you in winning this election. And we spoke with the Olori, and she told me, I'm a Muslim.
Yes.
In categorical terms that she has conferred with the king. She told me this. And the king said, meaning, Tobafe, local contest. Having gotten that, we went through the primaries, and INEC, in their wisdom, accepted her as the gubernatorial running mate of Chief Kunle Uthman SDP. What is the business of these other people in this matter? Because the frenzy, the shock that it has sent in the opposition gladdens my heart. I'm so happy that they are going through this trauma because it has just started for them. We have not started running this election. It's not a joking matter. When we now have to run the election, we are going to bring out many Oloris. You understand? Yes. From other areas. So they can tell us this one is the Yawo Alimosho. They are thinking, their utterances, their behavior, their conduct and mannerism is completely derogatory to womanhood. And when the woman was also chosen, she also went back to her husband. In Kontimoba Sonya, which is the Shisheo, meaning I have been chosen. The man said, okay, what do you want me to do now? I should not go to the man and say, I want to.
No, but
am I marrying this wife?
I'm trying to understand it from
there's
this
nothing-
point.
there's nothing
No, the Oba gets a stipend from the state government. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Is he a member of the party? The fact that you pay somebody. The fact that you pay somebody salary.
Yes.
Many people in Alausa there, they earn from APC. Many of them belong to the SDP. They don't want this government. And you're telling me, yes, stipend. The fact that you pay somebody money, the person becomes a slave? Huh? The fact that you pay tax, you become a slave?
I'm just thinking they will be worrying the poor husband and giving him
The
problems.
man can manage his own stress himself. That's his problem. It's not mine. If he has a high stress level, he should just manage it. If I were him, I say, it's simple.
Yes.
Because the traditional institution
Oshelu means politician. I'm trying to tell the viewer.
Oshelu is a bit more than the politician. Oshelu is the government, people in government.
Person making government.
Yes, there's a council of Obas and chiefs. It's not in someone who's executive. Neither is he in the legislative house of assembly. Neither is he a president of a customary court in Lagos State. The man is the head of a traditional institution by virtue of his gene. He's from the Animation family, he's king. Fine.
It was their turn.
It was his turn by turn. God bless you. And he became Oba. You know, he said, we should go and ask the man we want to offer his place. You see, when we do certain things, we should understand that we're in a global village whereby it is a very complex world. And we should not degrade womanhood. Supposing there was no husband, supposing he wanted to employ somebody and there is no husband, who does he consult? He goes to the grave and waking up and say, Baba, kill my soul. The man comes in a dream. Supposing the woman was never ever married. There are people who are not married, and if they are found suitable for a job, how do you employ them? Consultant. Miss, they put MS.
Yes.
So when you see it, you don't know whether it's Mrs. or Miss. But she's a complete professional. Very successful. Some have had children and the man did not work out. So they are going on with their lives. So when it is time for us to employ such a person, we are going to ask her to go and meet the man that has spent all his life beating up the woman. And he says, Oga, you will now become Oga. I want to take this job. You see, the resonating cacophony that this is generating. It's very good for the Social Democratic Party. But one guarantee is not one Olorio. As we move on, they will also see the popularity and the message of hope that we're about to deliver to the people. It should never, ever be business as usual. All of us should go to the field. Let them campaign. We have a manifesto. We want to do the hospitals well. We want to rebuild the schools. I went to my primary school in Ikoyi. I left there 50 years ago. It was as if the school was frozen.
In time. Yes.
No development. This school was an Ajebota school.
All the children of the Palm Sex were there, yes.
You are reminding me of the good old days. When you go there now, there are 10 people in some classes, 10 children here. The school is not even, it's not operational. The old students just came together recently to see what they can do by way of CRS for their school. So I want to go back. When I'm governor, I want to fix all these schools. I went to primary school. I never paid a dime. When I was in Methodist Boys High School, my school fees was 65 naira per term. 65 naira, not 1,000. Angela, from this, they supply me books. Uniform. I am going to eat lunch. They give me my Methodist Boys High School tie, and then my father can buy a blazer for me whether I want to know. 65 naira. Now, how much did I pay in university? Practically free. Now, I have to put a child in a school and I pay 1.3 million naira per term. I pay 1.1 second time, 1.0 last time, and then I pay development levy 200,000 naira. How did you get to this place? I was in England once and somebody said you went to over the way. I said, my friend, why don't you just shut your mouth? My entire education,
Nigeria,
back to the end, was in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I'm very proud to be a Nigerian. And I believe we are now in a situation whereby we have to redeem the dignity of our nation. We must restore hope here. That means when I was in secondary school, first, second, third term is what they are now paying for $7.20 because 65, 60. is still less than 200 naira, which my father paid. May Allah grant him eternal rest. How did we get here? So it's not, we can no longer sit back and watch. For me, there's no reason to contest this election in the real sense of I'm okay with my life, I'm happy.
Yes.
But I look at it that somebody must carry the message of hope. And I consulted with all my fellow people, senior advocates, judges, businessmen, all in the community. They said, Kunle, you are the only one that can face these people. Me, I work for them. Me, I collect contract for them. Everybody compromise. Me, I'm not compromised. So I said, yeah, I'll face them. So let us all go to the battlefield and let us speak. Let us speak to the people. Let us preach the message. For us, it's a message for the Social Democratic Party.
Yes.
Look at our presidential aspirant, Prince Adewale, 50 years. He was the first person who gave an insight into the way oil was being stolen in this country. It has become a notorious fact that for the past so many years, some incorrigible government officials have connived with international community to sell our oil. He's our presidential aspirant. His deputy is a young man, Yusuf. Mr. Kunle Uthman is there. We are all coming together. We're not frightened. And we believe in INEC as is presently constituted. Because the INEC that we have now is not the one you can no longer carry money or carry ballot paper. The beavers will work.
Yes.
So it will record votes of people who voted. It is no longer management of the Baba Sope, Emilio Kong. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Governance cannot be in the form of a turn-to-turn mentality. I can't say it's my turn.
My turn.
Hey, you are now going to be the next governor. Governor of where? What's his track record? Who is he? Who is he? What message does he have for his people? What is his dream? It's not going to be because you are sitting down in one office and you are the GM of a parastatal.
That makes you entitled.
Out of the entire, no, you got to want it. First and foremost, you have to desire power. This is one of the key elements of governance. You must desire power. I want to is the first stage. The second stage now is, now that you want to, what will you do for your people? Stage 2, stage 3. I now want to canvass, knowing that I'm a fit and proper person, one of the best around, to get this seat. Then you go to the road, you go to people's house, you convince them. Then they will vote. Let them vote because they have heard you speak. The voting should not be induced. For us, we don't have any money to carry anywhere. Because we are just a group of young people who believe in the ideals of our forefathers. And we feel that presidency that was denied to MQ and Kingibe, it is time for us to bring it back to the party. So it will never, ever be business as usual.
I want to wish you all the best in the forthcoming election, and I want to get a commitment from you that you will engage with us again when the campaign starts in earnest.
Call me at any time. Lead me, and I will be willing to come and speak to you and to any other person that cares about the fact that Lagos should be a Dubai. If this IGR money you have just quoted,
yes,
if we use it well. Apart from that, I also want to point out that there's a leak in Lagos State. There's a certain percentage that Lagos State government pays to Alphabeta for the issue of collection of tax. It's a lot of money. Our LIRS here, Inland Service,
yes,
will collect this money. And we are not going to pay nobody nothing. And that money that we are going to save, we are going to use it for infrastructural upgrade. Trust me. The message of hope in 2 years of our governance, we are going to deliver this state. And people will begin to see that there are some people who have integrity, who are not corrupt, who don't love money, and who are not sacrificed and who believe in the destiny of their people.
Thank you very much,
My
Mr.
pleasure.
Uthman, for speaking with me today, and thank you for watching. I'm Angela Ajetunmobi.